Okay. So, mic check. 1, 2. Oh, 1, 2. How we doing? I know there's gonna be no music for now, at least for now, because the audio in check brought on post recording. For me, post recording. Now, you're probably wondering, Pathfinder Combat. What does that mean? Well, if you've ever played a game called Mortal Kombat, well, think of that, but, well, Pathfinder Tabletop RPG. Okay, so a little context. Several years, like once every 10 years or so, I think it is, a great mage named Hao Jin decides to open a tournament. I mean, a big tournament. Strong fighters and skilled mages all over Galarian. The goal in mind is the following: test the might of every fighter and mage in that tournament. Prize is to walk into Haojin's tapestry, the pocket dimension she holds, and take an item, like any item. Haojin has pocket dimension where she can just snag whatever she wants and puts it in there. Different planes, different multiverses, anything. Also, I'm glad you're having a good time relaxing. That is actually pretty. Oh my. I have been told to change my voice. Oh my, oh my. Well, I got a sip so I can do this properly. Got some pineapple and coconut water right here. Ah, there we go. Now, the location of the Haojin Tapestry Tournament, the Ruby Phoenix Tournament as it's called, is Banmu, or known as Danger Island. Danger Island is known for having its gargantuan-sized creatures. Different spirits, different haunts, monks everywhere. You are walking in knowing that at one point or another, one misstep and you die. So let's get started, shall we? Our team, well, as we affectionately called ourselves, Bobby and the Patches. Yes, we were being led by what looked like a plushy investigator? They're following leads on this Hao Jin person, last I checked. We entered the boat. There was a gigantic storm of almost cataclysmic proportions. And in that moment of, just storms hitting, everything like that, the party decided to square up with, well, lightning elements, as I'd put it. We didn't have a choice. None of them did. None of them did, because I wasn't there at the time. They fended them off. They did what they had to do to really survive the encounter. And boy, was it an encounter. Now, being an investigator means that, what investigators do. They decide to follow a lead. Oh no. Oh no, not again. Not again. Please, please. We're on TV. No. Not again. Well, I echo, I get doing. We're just getting to the part where you guys jumped off the boat and you met a quote unquote rival team. Now, as I said, post-recording, we're gonna have music. Yes, the plushy. Yes, nice comfy pillows, but anyway. Y'all be lurking? Fair enough. Now, y'all were, if I remember correctly, and this was just hearsay before I came into the picture, Echo's character, Ezekiel, in this rival party, but this rival party said, "Do not touch me. I will mess you up. Do not mess with me. I will end you." Raise it loud in this chat, please. Now, one of the people actually smacked him. Like, actually landed a hit on this Rune Lord like being, and his words, put gently, were "motherfricker," asked to disintegrate and put him to ashes. Everybody was terrified at this. An important NPC, an Echo vibe check. Ezekiel vibe checked him into oblivion. It was nothing but ashes, reduced to atoms, and that's not even a Thanos joke. So then, after the ashes are swept up, put in the pot, probably going to respawn as a tomato plant later. Who knows? Who knows? Listen, I haven't put that command in yet. There is no way to shrink me just yet. The only way I can shrink is if I say one magic word. Just one. I'm not saying it here. There's no way. Not again. Why? Why? Frick. I am now small. Not have taught you that spell. Let me try to get back. Razamakuzzle? Razamafloof? No, it's Razamafu! There we go. There we go. Okay. Also, I see we have a heckin' resubscribe. Thank you, thank you. You see, I don't have my alerts set up just yet. Gotta get them customized and all that. But anywho, after we have thoroughly defeated and decimated our quote-unquote rival team, we're sent off many hexes to go to our shrine, or our base as it were. We have to pick up a artifact-like necklace. A necklace, yes. Necklace. Necklace? Necklace. Yes, necklace. A pendant that will turn all weapon and unarmed attacks lethal. It will not do so for save spells, which unfortunately Ezekiel specialized in. Especially the rapid disintegrate and fireball. Because once we waddle up to the gates of this shrine, we're met with Goliath spiders. Like, I'm talking like giant, gargantuan sized spiders. I will have a in the edits, I'm gonna have like a huge section of like, okay, this is this size, this is that size, medium, small, tiny, gargantuan, large. Have those presented. But there was a Triceratops just wrapped up in webbing, and I'm like, why? 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 Also, future editor, future me, for the sake of protecting our good friends that are arachnophobic, this is your first and probably one of the only warnings so far. In the video, there are going to be depictions of the spooter. The spooter. Maybe Lucas the spider. Who knows? But we are dealing with these giant spiders. There's two of them. So we're just gonna say that they were destroyed with malicious intent. Like, absolutely malicious intent. There was nothing left of them. No. Now, unfortunately for, well, my character's name is Terry Tea Leaf. Or in this case, Terry Tea Fluff. He was a plushie. And it was a monk cleric of Irori. Now, if anyone knows Irori, Irori is the master of masters, the perfectionist, the sensei. Sensei god, like god of monks everywhere. So we didn't know this place was haunted. Also, if you're tempted to do the guitar thing, the rest of the story, well then I may try to sing it. I may try later though. I don't know. Who knows? Depends. But all right. We're going to sing. We're gonna sing. We're gonna sing. We're singing the fact that we are walking into a haunted shrine. Like me. In this shrine, in rhythmic time, we're actually sent right into the heart of basically a training room. There was bodies, well, skeletons on the floor. There were like spiritual, spectral ghosts of sorts. Oh my goodness, there were ghosts. Where did they come from? Where were their hosts? Now, there was on this pagoda of sorts where names were written on this stone. People that have both died and were somehow active. How does that work? I'd ask Hans. Because Hans and ghosts, they're weird. I mean weird. Oh, let's talk about it. Thank you for the follow. Much appreciated. The haunting of this shrine. It didn't give us time to figure out how to speak to these ghosts and find out where the spiritual host was. Because at the time, my character did not speak Tian. Tian is like the Asian cultured language in Galarian. In this temple, we decided to say, well, I decided to walk up and see if I could calm them. Thing was, no idea how to talk to them. No way. There was no way I could. And I took up lessons from a book of language for dummies while we were exploring the entirety of our base. Although, when we got to a certain place in the base, there was a giant, stinky, llama-like moose thing right in our face. Yes, I'm trying to rhyme. It is difficult. We get some water. Please. Oh, thank you. Now, with that said, singing time is on a cooldown because, well, we had to take this thing out. Even though we failed to bring it fully down, we got it to start running. I mean running. We had this thing scared on its heel. It bolted out. So we were able to cleanse the water just a little bit more. So that we had drinking water for whatever we needed. We were supposed to be looking for the abbot and this pendant with 3 feathers. Silver feathers would act as a raised dead. Raised dead spell. So if any of us went down, we consume at least 1, 2 to 3 more, depending on how many times we've used it. We're supposed to have 10 feathers in total. We don't want to end up, passing out or dying in this competition. There's only 3 in our temple. Now, in this temple, we met someone who was a crafter. Actually mythical crafter. Some of his food, because, well, we were hungry. We literally had nothing there. There was nothing there. You just go yum, yum, yum. And yeah, we were a little greedy bunch. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It gets a little wholesome somewhere. Now, we found the necklace, a divine guardian statue. A divine guardian statue that was like sitting there, just casually sitting there. I rolled my check and realized, as long as you're wearing the symbols of Aurori on your person, because this divine guardian was attuned to Aurori, you, my friends, were safe, unless you did something to offend it. Now, I was halfway explaining that to our Rune Lordic friend, and he walked up and grabbed the necklace. It came to life. We did a small bit of ritual, like using athletics and religion checks, us for 3 actions to figure out, hey, maybe we can appease him and calm him down if we can do the ritual. So we did. Although some of us got grabbed, some of us got like almost beaten senseless, but it was cool because I've never seen like a divine guardian move so quickly, especially one that was like depicted of an older gentleman. But this guy was like super fast. Although here's the thing about divine guardians. Divine guardians, if you actually bring them down, if you manage to bring them to 0 hit points, they do explode. This one exploded with healing. It would not have harmed us, but the fact is, they wanted to try to see if we could first ritual. Did all the way. Every one of us. We got the pendant and a feather. And then searched high and low for the abbot. The abbot was a ghost, a haunt. And I'm like, oh no, oh no, not this way, not this way at all. I tried calming it down because everyone else was getting a little vibe checked. Like, I think Bobby was one of them. Like, poor Bobby. Like, that haunt had it out for him. One of our others, get their name. I don't remember off the top of my head. I will probably put in the comments later. Had this ability where they could teleport from mirror to mirror as long as they were holding one. And they made images to pass the haunt and grab the other feather. I finally managed to calm the spirit down right as they grabbed onto the feather and it was turning to go get him. I'm like, please. Melissa, thank you. Thank you. Melissa, thank you. Thank you. I will need, like, write down. The name's confused. Melissa decided to go boop, boop, grab the feather, calm down the haunt, told how to, basically pacify it. That was fun. Although, what came next was terrifying, because to get into the room, to the prayer room, to pacify the haunt altogether, and say the prayers, there was one final trap within it, which dealt like electricity and sonic damage, like a Kamehameha wave, except it was like a widened pulse of sorts. It was not fun. It was not fun at all. At least, let me rephrase. Someone crit failed. I remember that. I remember that much. Painful to look at. I was somehow crit succeeded. I do not know. But let's fast forward a little more to after we got our feathers. After we got, like, our base somewhat secure. We decide, because we found out, there are bounties on the island. Go check those bounties. Let's go waddle up to, like, a T-Rex or something. Still remember that. That was one of the funniest bounties we did, because we snuck up on this poor T-Rex and just threw every AoE spell we had at him. Fireballs with persistent fire damage. Mappum, welcome in, thank you. I try. I decided to do Divine Wraths, which is like an AoE spell, but holy, we just started just dropping, dropping. This poor T-Rex. If I remember correctly, if he did not survive, we were gonna chase him down. Oh, it was glorious. We actually took him down. Went back to base to heal and grab the other feather thing. And then just walked along the beach, just doing our thing. Just walking along the coast with the most. Vibing, just chilling out. Listening to each other's stories, I think it was. And we found some treasure. We found a shrine where we had to sing love songs, of course. Then came the beaches. The beach episode. Only this wasn't like a casual beach episode in anime. We were squaring up with a giant scorpion, gargantuan sized for the sake of miniatures. Now, first thing it does, up to me, then it's like trying to squeeze me and try to kill me outright. It starts stinging everybody else. Ezekiel, our wizard-like person, decided, okay, let me just use a one action, Sure Strike, which was quickened with a Disintegrate. The most miraculous thing happened ever, and I wish I had the photos to show you. Probably I'll have photos later on this edited stream. But double, natural 20. Now, this sounds like a feat in itself. Awesome, great. Like, it is awesome in itself. But now imagine this. Disintegrate says, let's float it up top of my head, that, if you critically succeed on striking somebody with the Disintegrate, you roll your save. And it's a step down from what what the success rate is. Like, for example, in Pathfinder 2nd edition, there are 4 levels of success. You either critical succeed by going over 10, then nat 20, or you critically fail by going under 10 or nat 1, depending on the difficulty check you need to do. The Game Master, nat 1s, outright. Nat 1s. Would think this would bring down such a giant beast. Like, it was a good chunk of health, like almost like 100, over 100, maybe 20, maybe 150 damage. Pull up. And I was like, no. I am not dealing with this. Once I got free, I started wailing on the beast. I started hitting it, punching it, going JoJo style on this thing, and trying to bring it down. So many times I missed. So many times. I was about to become stuffing. Until I actually got lucky and smacked it once with a sword. I'm like, whoa. Cool. No. Here's the kicker, though. Once it was down, I tried using Cooking Lore, which is a check you can make, depending on how well you cook, how well you roll, you can cook the thing. We both had a witness and collected the bounty. I tried selling some of the stuff as scorpion jerky. Not many people liked it. Not many people liked it at all. But hey, you never know the taste of people until you ask them what their taste is. And then, sauntering over. I mean, like sauntering. Like, we were feeling cocksure about everything. Going after another bounty. Once we killed up, of course. Because we did chat up with some people there, and we were like, hey, you guys, what you guys doing for the tournament? The teacher there, however, decided Infinite Wisdom to be a little bit cocky about their students, and a little bit of that, a little bit of that. One thing that I'll remember that all is gonna come up later if we ever face them. Is that Ezekiel asked, "Which student do you like the most?" This is information that may come into the next story. Oh, play there. Also, we're gonna take a little break from that though and talk with the chat. Like, how are we doing? Like, what's going on? What'd it be like? What's up? Oh, I'm doing all right. Just chilling, chilling, chilling. But also telling stories of, well, Pathfinder escapades. Telling stories of, well, our madness in what is called the Ruby Phoenix tournament, or as we know it affectionately as the Fist of Ruby Phoenix. It's fun. Okay, Pathfinder is like D&D, especially it, but it's like a how do I put this? A splinter cell of it. Different rules, especially with second edition Pathfinder Remaster. Just a lot that went down, and we could get to that kind of topic in like other streams. Unless we want to talk about it now, because I do not mind talking about it right now. Oh, cool! Always good to know that people are playing tabletop in general. Which, since we're taking a break from story time, at least for a little bit, I will tell y'all. Pathfinder and tabletops in general are like a big part of what I do. I love storytelling and games that can tell a story in general. Like, the silly things you can get up into is just amazing. Like, and what's even more so is that it's not really dependent on how well you act. It's how well you roll. And sometimes you could say the most epic thing, and in that one, and you're like, eep! Straight up, eep! It could turn like the greatest group in the world into like Monty Python's The Holy Grail kind of stuff. Like, it could go down that silly rabbit hole. And honestly, that's great. Like, I love everything about that. Also, just a little shill here. If you guys ever want to help the want to help out with the streams and stuff, get this for you. Oh, my main class. Sorry, my main class is technically a cleric. I play a lot of divine casters. I play a lot of divine casters, and it's pretty fun because, especially like for second edition Pathfinder, you can mix and match however you want. Like, there's no, oh, I picked this type of patron or deity or anything like that, and I just get this set of powers. No, you can flavor it however you want to. From cloistered, like I am man of the cloth with spiritual and just magic everywhere. Also, yeah, let me just say this: arcane casters are pretty great. I do struggle with them just a little bit, other than the sorcerer. All the bloodlines. Oh goodness. Now they did bring up a different named version of wild magic for this, called the Wellspring magic. It still acts as wild magic from D&D. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you are, and I would love to see how you handle it. Love to see a game where you sit down. Maybe we could just have a game where we can mess around with arcade casting. That would be awesome. I think there is actually a venture path for such a thing. Write that down later. Mm-hmm. Let me get a little sip. Always remember to hydrate, folks. Especially when you're rambling on about your favorite stories. Now, this is the last situation we went into in the tournament before we call it for the game. We decided to basically go into the jungle, find more bounties to get more loot, to get more resources. Cool, yes. Good idea to play a wizard for that. And we fought off two. Count them, two. Praying mantis. Now, everything on the island is legit large. Everything on the island is like large, gargantuan. They are ready to just grapple you and be senseless or eat you. Everything on this island is out to kill you. Everything. So we're actually struggling with these manti because in our infinite wisdom, yes, we were somewhat built for damage. We were somewhat built for spells that could buff, but we didn't find any debuffs or any way to do damage per over time. Which hopefully in the next session I will be more than happy to fix that. There are so many cool spells I didn't realize were on Divine and Arcane spell list. Try some. Try some. Tell you all about it. One of them, I'll admit, let me get my character sheet up. One of my favorites is is what I've read is Confusing Cry. Yes, you heard me right. Confusing Cry. If you critically succeed, you are stunned. Fail? Ah, man, you are looking at everything don't even know your own name. You're hitting down the confused tree, and I'm like, yes. Yes. Please. Let me make someone confused. Honestly, there are certain spells that, yes, they don't do a lot of damage, but if they hit you, the other effects get you. I would love to just talk about spells and all that. But that was the last thing technically we had on our Ruby Phoenix tournament, aside from going into like this tower that was technically haunted by a poltergeist. A very angry that was tied essentially the tower itself. And there are four of those things. I'm like, ooh. And it also gives you, if you like the beacon, different stones depending on what the game master rolls. Now, one of these stones that we got was one that you throw 15 feet and you can teleport anywhere. Now, otherwise, you throw it at the enemy and it teleports them straight to you. Great item, right? Great item. Instantly used on the Manti to get away. I will keep that in mind. I will keep. But yeah, it was like 600 gold right there just went boop. As Bobby from Bobby and the Patches decided to teleport themselves down the river. But then again, it was that or be eaten by a praying mantis. I do not blame them at all. I do not blame them whatsoever. Yeah. one we actually chased off, but in the next game we're hoping to hunt that thing down before the actual day one of the tournament begins. Because here's the regulations of the tournament. The tournament itself. Let's go like this. We need at least three to start off. 3 feathers, 3 silver feathers. These feathers act as raised dead spells. Now, if you use it once, it consumes 1. Twice, consumes 2 feathers. Just going. Every time you use it, it consumes more feather than usual. You're supposed to have like enough feathers to revive enough of your party, like 10 feathers. But to get them, you have to either find them or challenge people on the island. It's like Duelist Kingdom, except we're using feathers instead of the star chips from Yu-Gi-Oh. Yeah, like that, like that. And I'm excited and terrified because I've played this before with a different group. Didn't do so hot on our first challenge, official challenge. We're hoping with 2 clerics, a thaumaturge, an investigator, and a wizard. Get this right. Whew. But yeah, we are essentially testing our might in this tournament. Our overall might and wit. Also, it's fine to get distracted. It's okay. We're all good here. I'm actually trying to learn how to yap away. Now, we have tested our might and wits in this chat about, well, certain types of games, types of how we play, and what's gone on in the Ruby tournament. Tested our might. But nobody has gotten the finish him moment. Thank goodness. It's not while I was around. Nobody has died to disintegrate while I was around. I'll reiterate. I wasn't around for the first one. Oh lord. Now, let's see. I have told the big segment of the event of this beautiful stream. If you have any Q&A stuff for me about like RPG or anything like that, go ahead. Ask me. Down to answer what I can within a reason. Oh! That was a beautiful setup right there. That was a beautiful setup. Right. The other class that I do play as far as like any RPG, either the cleric or maybe a barbarian. But barbarians in Pathfinder and like in D&D, a lot of them are completely similar in almost every way, except for a few tweaks and verbiage of the rule and regulation. Ah, yes, the bard. Now, I have a little chit chat about bard stuff because most people think that being a bard means you're always singing and also trying to. Okay, that's a cool combo. Also trying to, well, lay everything that moves. Well, in some cases, in a lot of cases, maybe right. But I'm here to tell you that a bard like myself just wants to create. Silly bard like myself just wants to create, wants to make fun, and maybe some good food. God, I am so hungry. I'm pretty sure a lot of our players have been hungry for most sessions. That's why I built one that's like, okay, I'll just be a wandering chef bard. Although it helped a lot in one scenario, like fighting off a cryptid or two. That was terrifying. It did not. Yeah, yeah. But don't worry. Not all bards are like that, unless you want them to. But as they say, the horny bard does not always speak for us. Nope, nope. All of us just want to go into a prank war. Yes. I imagine our bard has it. Chat. Chat. Use chat. How did that happen? Visibly confused. What did you do to get that kind of power? Chat. Visibly confused. Oh no. Oh, Spagoot. Well, anywho, like, hold on, let me do the meme, like, because this is visibly concerning news, so it's like, Mother of God. Why? Who thought this was a good idea? Whose derp is this? Whose mans is this? Whose mans is this? Come get your mans. Anywho. One other, we decided on Infinite Wisdom to track down some cryptids. And one of the big things about cryptid is that the more rumors you say, like whispering in their ear like they can shoot lasers, more than likely they'll shoot lasers. Especially if they believe it hard enough. That's the dirty stuff right there, my friend. That. Yeah. Also, random, not so random. Wouldn't it be cool if, like, the radio here that's on this screen with me actually could do, like, a TTS, like text to speech, where it speaks out whatever chat is saying? I would do it within reason. Within reason. Just within reason. Not one is getting aired out. Yeah, that would be fun. Like, hey chat, how you doing? How you doing on the radio? Let me talk to you. Let's come back to me on this one. Like, what is chat gonna say today? But yeah, another thing was that we were fighting a Bulette, and I learned the hard way. Bulettes have a favorite snack. That snack, halflings. And I've been playing my normal character, I would have been targeted outright by this Bulette. And I'm like, no, 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 nope, 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 nope. Thing is that this bugger had superpowers too. The thing had superpowers, and I'm like, why? It's bad enough this thing can burrow and eat someone whole. Why do you give it essentially deviant powers like super mutants from Marvel? Like, why? I don't need. But we had it, and not only did we have it, we also got our own superpowers. I see. I see. I see. That's actually good tie-in. Like, I love little tie-ins for campaigns like that, where there are descendants of the campaign. If actually a pretty. Hmm. Also, are you guys hearing me clearly? Like, am I coming in clear? Is it not too scuff? goal in mind is to practice my non-scuffish chatter, although inevitably, we'll always have to. I figure out what other stories can I bring up while we're in chat for just a little bit more. What other goofy antics can we talk about? I have to ask more about the lore out of chat so we can probably work on that. That actually sounds like a cool set of names right there. But I do remember we're also playing Abomination Vaults. Abomination Vaults is the following kind of campaign. A town like named Otari has dealt with a lighthouse. A lighthouse that brings about necromantic pulses once every so often. Like, at least when we got here, we were supposed to be celebrating an entire festival founding the town itself. And I'm just like, bruh. We have officially been conscripted to protect the town from this evil. Now, we thought this was going to be an easy job. You know, just walking up somewhere, completely easy. We'll clear out the tower, clear out the lighthouse, and just do our thing. So, this tower, this lighthouse, this vault of sorts. We have a raid. Like, I wish I had a raid thing set up, but I'm still working on my stuff. Hi! Oh, goodness. Oh my. Come in. My name is the Monster. I am a chocolatier video editing VTuber Bard. I tell stories. I play games. What's good? I am a variety streamer of that, and I am hoping to tell tales. If you ever want, you can always follow me here on Twitch, or if you feel so. Go. Here you go. Also, you guys haven't heard, as a subsidiary to some groups that I've been, both tabletop and Pathfinder Society or otherwise, I am making a stream group called the Culinary Crew. Culinary Crew will be basically a group of my good friends and possible others ready to roll initiative and stream together and make memes together. The area of VDreamers, how you? By the way, if you guys ever want to plug in the dream of any sort, please do. So glad that we have so many awesome people here. Whether you lurk, whether you laugh, you say hello, I am always grateful for the fact that people like you are here today. Now, as I was saying before, we got raided outright, which I appreciate the most. Story runs. Story is not over. Abomination Vaults holds eldritch abominations from ghouls, different skeletons, and alchemical labs. Gauntlet is a dangerous. Gauntlet is the lighthouse haunted by, from what I gathered from my own research, heading into the Gauntlet itself. Eldritch deity Nimbaloth. Soul. Hour of Souls Nimbaloth, an enemy of a Galarian deity known as Pharasma. Plucks souls from the River of Bones. Completely crushes them into nothingness. And we advise that, don't we, chat? We want to fight that off because nobody deserves an empty. We're gonna do. Hopefully, I can tell more stories as we saunter into Gauntlet. We end the tyranny. Not much to tell on that story, at least. Not yet at all. It ain't easy being a hero on Galarian. It isn't. But the cool thing about this Pathfinder Society game, any game at all, is that it's not just the story of the world. What you do inside that game actually matters. We write our own stories into the world, basically, the entirety of the history of Pathfinder. It is something that I've always cherished. You never have to worry a single heckin' thing about, oh, your character can't fit here because always fit the campaign setting. Well, guess what, buddy? Like most people say about other things, we will make it fit. Don't quote me on that, chat. Do not quote me on that. Kind of thing. Trying to contemplate. I'm trying to make sure that we have everything nice and cozy. Spreading the love of this game has always been a passion of mine. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Out of time. I will say this much. You're gonna raid somebody, hopefully, for more friends' sake, for more memes, for funnies. Let me just go find them now. Da-da-da. Honestly, this has been a great time. I've gotten to know and talk about my favorite passion, even for a little bit. I'm grateful that I get to share my passions. Also, once again, if you guys do want to support the channel a little more, do not hesitate. Follow on Twitch or on YouTube. Do what you must. I am here for every one of you, and I will see you next games because we're going to be playing around Friday. Let me check. January 17th, Soul Nomad and the World Eaters. Some RPG that I played that's like a Disguise spin-off. And on the 19th, we're playing Kingdom Hearts. We're going to try again to complete Hearts. And I hope that everyone has a wonderful time. It seems like there's not many people that I know, but I'll double check while I try to fill the timer. Yes. A friend of mine named Ron. Yes, Ron. Name's Ron is live. And I think he's playing Baldur's Gate 3. So another RPG setting. That said, start the raid. And we'll pretty much in the next video, in the next gaming, next anything, really. So I'll see you later. Have a good day.